Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Coop here with the morning announcements for Monday, April 20th, 2020. No hat today. I'm going to have to try to get some new hats. I think I've been through all my hats or borrow some from a friend. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to get new hats. So, like I said, it is Monday, April 20th, 2020. The exciting news for this week is that on April 22nd, it is Earth Day, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as the week moves forward. Let's all say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the weather today from our weatherman, Frank Nunn, is...
Good morning, KRS. Your high temperature today is 54, mostly cloudy in the morning, then becoming partly sunny. Highs in the upper 50s, north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour with gusts up to 20 miles per hour. 37 is your low, partly cloudy, lows in the upper 30s. North winds around 5 miles per hour, becoming west after midnight. Thank you.
Why, thank you, Frank Nunn. Thank you for the weather report. Birthdays today, we actually have 3. Wyatt Earts, Lucy Hill, and Antonia Waddington. Happy birthday to all 3 of you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day today. From the Counseling Corner and Mr. Levine, remember it's important to be a good listener, and there are tips and techniques to being a good listener. One thing we should always remember is that good listeners never interrupt. They wait until the person is finished speaking before they talk. Great advice, Mr. Levine. Thank you so much. I'll try to be a very good listener today. The riddle of the day, what kind of drink do golfers drink the most? That would be tea. Get it? Tea? Well, tea, T-E-E, is, see this little red thing that you put into the ground and you put the ball on top of? That's called a tee. So T-E-E, which is spelled differently than the tea you drink, but still, it's a funny joke, is this item right here. Thank you, Mr. Levine, and what a great lesson about golf, too. Student highlight, caught being awesome. Caught being awesome, Ethan from 4S, you are awesome. During remote learning, Ethan has been doing an awesome job with his work. In addition, Ethan has been creating wonderful mini sculptures at home. Keep up the awesome job, Ethan. Great work. Congratulations. Congratulations to Win for winning the 3rd grade spelling bee, which was held on Friday, April 17th. It was a nail biter, and Win won in the 15th round. The winning word was faucet, F-A-U-C-E-T. Win will receive his prize when we return back to school. Win and the other student participants should be commended for their wonderful sportsmanship and behavior. Great job, 3rd graders. Congratulations, Win. Story highlight of the day from Mr. Paradiso. Giraffe Problems by Jory John. This story is all about a giraffe who hates the way his neck looks. He learns from a friend that he should learn to love himself just the way he is. We all should. So let's take a look at the preview.
I've hung out in ditches. I've stood behind trees.
From the beginning.
Giraffe Problems by Joy John, illustrated by Lane Smith. Read aloud book for kids. I feel bad about my neck. I do. I can't help it. It's too long, too bendy, too narrow, too dopey, too patterned, too stretchy, too high, too lofty, too necky. Yes, my neck is too necky. Everybody stares at it.
Aww.
This guy, that guy, him, her, them, whatever that is, her again. Yep, I feel bad about my...
So that's just a little bit of a preview. Looks like a great book, so make sure that you Seek that out today and take a listen and a look. The word of the day from our very wonderful Mrs. Guzowitz is vacation. What does it mean? It's a period during which an activity is stopped for a time. How do you use it? When school ended last summer, we went on a vacation to the beach. This day in history, in 1862, the first pasteurization test completed by Louis Pasteur and Claude Bernard. In 1912, Fenway Park, Boston, and Tiger Stadium, Detroit, both opened for the first time. In 1920, U.S. Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens was born in Chicago. In 1926, sound is added to film for the very first time. In 2008, American race car driver Danica Patrick won the IndyCar 300, becoming the first woman to win an IndyCar championship event. And here's a picture of Fenway Park. I've been there many times. It's a really fun ballpark to visit. There's a lot of history behind that park. So if you get a chance to go to the city of Boston, go take a look at Fenway Park. Learning new things. A student learned to sneeze with her eyes open. Penguins have knees. I learned how to knit, and I love riding my bike. I learned that spiders have 8 eyes but can't even see very well. Some can't see at all. I learned how to take apart a phone. A student learned how to ride a bike. 2 fifth graders learned a trick called seesaw. From a 4th grader, honey never goes bad. Also, you can drink any year-old milk and not get sick, but it might not taste good. A student learned how to fix handlebars on a bike. A 3rd grade student learned how to make a protective mask so that she and her mom could sit 20 feet from her grandparents, talk, and give them air kisses. A student learned how to make a grilled cheese sandwich and make her own lunch every day. Even though a student knew how to roller skate on a roller rink, she learned how to do it on the road. A student learned that you can bake a cake without butter, without eggs, without milk, and without electricity. A 1st grader learned how to play chords on a piano. A student learned how to ride her bike with no hands up and down a hill, even on a flat road. And a student learned how to ride a skateboard. Wow, that's a lot of new things. Great job, everyone. The state of the day is Rhode Island, and Rhode Island is the smallest state in size in the United States. Rhode Island was the last of the original 13 colonies to become a state. Rhode Island shares a state water border with New York. The Cogswell Tower in Central Falls was the site of an Indian observation point in use during King Philip's War in 1676. The capital of Rhode Island is Providence. The population is a little over 1 million. The major cities are Providence, Warwick, Cranston, Pawtucket, East Providence. The borders are Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York. New York's a maritime border, which means that it borders water. It's a water border. Atlantic Ocean, which is the Atlantic Ocean. It also borders the Atlantic Ocean. The gross domestic product, which is called the GDP, is 50 million, a little over $50 million. Key industries are jewelry, metal products, shipbuilding, healthcare, tourism, and electrical equipment. Agriculture products include dairy products, eggs, nursery products, and vegetables. Boy, Rhode Island is busy. So let's take a look at where Rhode Island is. So here on the map, can you see how tiny it is? It's right here. There's little Rhode Island. Okay, see it right there? So remember, it's the smallest in size in the United States. Mrs. Moran's health tip of the day, Every Kid Healthy Week, which is April 20th to the 24th. Wow, it's a special healthy week. Mindfulness Monday, stay grounded, sit quietly, crisscross legs, hands on knees, eyes closed, practice your breathing exercises. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, hold. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Refocus throughout the day and think only of positive thoughts. End the day with yoga poses and positive statements. I am strong. I am happy. I am healthy. I am safe. I'm going to make sure to say that at least a few times today. Fun facts. Rain contains vitamin B12. A bolt of lightning is 5 times hotter than the sun. The footprints on the moon will be there for 100 million years. Jupiter is the fastest spinning planet in the solar system. It only takes about 10 hours to complete a full rotation on its axis. Many people believe that early mermaid sightings can be attributed to dehydration in manatees. The average brain weighs about 3 pounds. A newborn brain weight is about 3/4 of a pound. Your nose and ears never stop growing. The average 4-year-old asks over 100 questions a day. Starfish can regrow their arms. In fact, a single arm can regenerate a whole body. The total weight of all the ants on Earth is greater than the total weight of all humans on the planet. Earth Day fun fact: Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020, we will be celebrating 50 years for Earth Day. A big shout out to guidance counselor Mr. Levine. Mr. Levine is always there for everyone else, and so we're going to take a moment to have a big shout out to Mr. Levine. And keep calm and see your school counselor. I love guidance counselors. And here's a shout out to our Kings Road School guidance counselor, Mr. Levine. Thank you, Mr. Levine, for all that you do for us. And finally, the last slide, I am still learning. I love this because this is a quote from Michelangelo at age 87. So can you imagine, at 87 years old, he still believed that he was still learning new things. And I really believe that too. I will tell you that in my entire lifetime, I've always continued to learn, and I learn something new every single day. So open your ears, open your eyes, and you will too. Have a great day. Make sure that you work hard on your assignments, that you respect everyone in your home, that you respect your parents, that you respect other people, that you take some time for play, which is very, very important, and just overall have a wonderful, wonderful